The podcast in which one man strives to level up his geekhood and helping you do the same, one battle at a time. Now, let's get geeky with Gamer Leaf.
Welcome to Getting Geeky with Gamer Leaf. Tonight we're joined, but we're lucky enough to have on the creator mastermind behind. Perhaps you heard of Clustered, but now Clustered 2nd Edition is about to launch on Kickstarter. Clustered 2nd Edition is a strategic card game, and tonight we're lucky enough to have on the creator mastermind behind this great game, Scotty. Is that correct, Scotty? Is that how you fall in line with Clustered, the 2nd Edition?
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us on Getting Geeky with Gamer Leaf. We really appreciate it, Scotty.
Thanks. I'm glad to be here.
No problem. Well, yeah, we really appreciate it. So before we get into this great game and what it is or whatnot, let's rewind a little bit if we could. We don't have to go back too terribly far, of course, unless you were born into tabletop board games. But how did you get started into playing tabletop board games and whatnot, Scotty?
I started when I was a little kid. Just I think it's fairly typical. Play a little like Monopoly and Easy Money, like old school classic family board games. Started in there and then moved on to playing with my friends as I got older and just got deeper and deeper into it and thought it'd be fun to test my hand at making some of my own. So just kind of moved on from there.
Awesome. So was there something that, some game that transitioned you from Monopoly and the like to what tabletop games are today?
I would have to say Settlers of Catan was definitely a big one. Just seeing the depth of strategy and how much can be played, and just seeing the strategy that can be involved in a board game versus just like luck of the draw from like those earlier games I played as a kid.
So you didn't care about the strategy involved in Monopoly?
Yeah, not as much.
Well, there you go. Awesome. So unfortunately, I can't let you pick Clustered because who knows what my audience would have done to me if I let you pick your own game. So minus Clustered, what's your favorite current game out there?
I'd say my favorite game's got to be Above and Below. I like that game. It's got great artwork, great strategy. It's got enough story that like my wife loves to play it as well. So we can play head to head, and it's just a great all around game. You can play it again and again, and every game feels different. So, yeah, enjoyed it a lot.
Well, that's good. I want to say we have so many games we haven't played, unfortunately, due to my wife's health and whatnot. But I want to say that's probably on our shelf, if I recall correctly. So, per se, somebody else hasn't heard about it or hasn't played it or is sitting on their shame of shelf as well. What can you tell us about Above and Below and what kind of game it is and whatnot?
Yeah, so it's kind of a mix of... It's got a narrative element to it, and it's as well as strategy. So you kind of have options to either stay above ground and essentially purchase like workers or purchase houses. And then there's a below ground element where you explore these caves, and you do that by rolling a dice, and then there's a mechanism to pick which story you encounter in the caves, and you've decided beforehand like how many people you're taking down there. So you explore caves and you find people, you find treasures, and while you're doing it, you're trying to get different like food elements, and then there's like art and like paperwork. So you get these things and you like try to stack them up, and then for you're like getting victory points for getting more of these food items and things, and you're also getting victory points for getting more houses and better houses and stuff like that. So it's got a pretty good mix of just tons of strategy as well as this whole like narrative going down and exploring the caves, and it's got really great stories. The art is fantastic. Yeah, I definitely recommend it.
Well, yeah, I want to say the box on the art, which is all I recall seeing as it sits there on our shelf every day, it looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
So if you, being a game designer and all, if you could change one thing about Above and Below, what would that be?
Ooh, that's a hard one. Yeah, I don't even know. I guess I would just say to add more story options. There is a finite number. It's not very small by any means. I think a couple hundred, something like that. It's got a full book. But at some point, you would hit the end of the stories and get repeating them. But there also is an expansion, or essentially, to the game as well. So, which I haven't played, but it looks similarly great. And I've heard people actually like it better than the first. So,
Well, there you go. Now you got another game to check out. So, who's the reigning champion? You or your wife?
I think it's got to be me. I usually get her on strategy games.
Well, there you go. Yeah, it's the other way around in our house. And my wife usually beats me or whatnot. Especially we sat down to play Santorini, and she just schooled me at that, and it was so funny. What do you call it? To her at least? I spent like 15, 20 minutes watching Rado run through it, and then we sat down to play, and she beat me like 2 or 3 times in less than 15 minutes, and she what do you call it? Couldn't keep going. Like that third round we were trying to play, she couldn't keep going because she just started busting a gut. I kept laughing and stuff. So I don't think I'll ever be able to get back to the table with her.
Nice.
So awesome. So the real reason you're here is you have a different strategy game that's currently or about to launch on Kickstarter. What can you tell us about Clustered Second Edition, a strategic card game, Scotty?
Yeah, so Clustered is essentially it's a pattern recognition game where you're playing it a little like little dominoes style, where you have a central card in the middle, and then everybody has an identical deck that's denoted by color. So everybody has their own unique color, and you're playing off that central card, and you're doing it by matching 2 of the 3 feature symbols. So there's number, shape, and fill, and you have to match 2 of the 3 to be able to play it on all the neighboring cards that it's by. So you start from the central card, then you take turns playing from the 5 in your hand that you drew from your own deck, and then you just branch out and fill your table. And the games get like pretty big, and you can like limit the size of the play by like just drawing a line on the table or putting a piece of tape or something, and you can kind of change the gameplay by what game or what table you're playing on and the shape of it. If you have a big table, it'll be more spread out and you won't be as competitive for space. Or you can get a smaller table and then you're like restricted and you have to like really get the gameplay tight and more competitive. And likewise, as you increase the number of players, you get more competitive for space as well. So you can actually play the game single player, and then it's just like solitaire style where you're just trying to get as much points as possible, and then you can play 4 players, and then it's really competitive for space, and it can be more cutthroat or less cutthroat depending on who you're playing with and your play style. And also, so the way the scoring is done, once you get everything lined out, once everyone's played all their cards, you then go back and score vertical, horizontal lines, and then your single largest rectangle. And then based on that, whoever has the most points would win. And so if you had, like, cards can vary from getting 1 to 3 points depending on like how it's lined up. So if it's part of a vertical and horizontal line and a rectangle, then it could count as 3 points. So yeah, that's kind of the gist of it.
Awesome. Yeah, it looks pretty fun. I want to say lately we just recently picked up the Nintendo Classic, which is a little Nintendo that has like 30 built-in games or whatnot, and I've played a little bit of Dr. Mario. In a sense, I want to say it almost reminds me of Dr. Mario, other than it's got the added element where you have to match the 2 out of 3 or whatnot.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool. So yeah, it looks awesome. Just watching the video a little bit, it looks like a pretty fun game, and you have to think it. And there's also the option where you can go in and block other players with your card. It looks like.
Yeah. So you can play off of your cards and others equally. And yeah, you can. It's a matter of like trying to plan a few moves ahead for your scoring, and then trying to time your essentially attacks to block other people's big elements. So they're like developing a large rectangle. You got to like time it so that you block them when it's going to do the most damage. Or if they're going a really long line, you got to block it before it gets too far away. Those kinds of things. So there's some element there that's timing and a ton of strategy. It's just thinking beginning to end. Where am I going to play? Where can I, and where's it going to be most effective to score me points or block my opponent from scoring points?
Well, that's pretty cool. Now, this is a second edition. So before, I imagine there was a first edition. So for the first edition or whatnot, I don't know if it happened for this one or not, but during play testing, was there ever anything that you had to scrap because it just wouldn't work for clustered?
Not as much. I mean, it was a bit like once I figured out the mechanism for how many features and the combination, a lot of it kind of ironed itself out. There was a lot of playtesting on getting the number of wildcards and I guess just figuring out how many symbols we wanted, because once it was like 3 features of 3, then it amounted to 27 cards. And if you went to 4 of each, then it'd be a lot higher number of cards. So yeah, early on there was some strategy on trying to figure out what was a good number of cards and what's the best way that it'll play. But yeah, early on, a lot of it was trying to dial in the number of wild cards. And we landed on 2. So there's 2 cards that can be played off of anything.
Awesome. So, so awesome. Now, you sound like you might be a little bit biased as it's your game and all. So, for say somebody wants to take somebody else's word for it, are there any reviews or previews of Clustered that they can check out?
Amazon had a bunch, but they ended up getting deleted for some random reason. But everybody's had really good reviews. There also is on the Kickstarter page from the first edition, I linked all of the reviewers that had, there's videos and blogs that have reviewed it, and everyone's had great things to say about it. So, yeah, of course I'm biased, but other people, it has been well received. And other things, I've had a lot of people say that it plays really well for kids. I've had a lot of people that say, yeah, I play with my kids, and it's great fun for them. I say the minimum age is 7, but I think you could play a little younger, maybe. But yeah, it's a great way to just it's just so critical thinking based that it really is good for like brain stimulation, and I think kids really like it. I've played with kids as well. And yeah, it's just a good way to get them thinking. And like if you're playing with kids, like you can just be less ruthless, and you can kind of dial back how aggressively you're playing with them, and it can feel a lot different than if you're playing with somebody who's more on your level.
Okay, and out of my family, my kids are pretty aggressive, so to take that, and they always want to. They usually end up beating me anyway, so I don't know how it will go down. I guess we'll have to see or whatnot. Now, so that's awesome. Now, per se, somebody's been listening or whatnot. Well, per se, somebody's fallen asleep, Scotty. It wouldn't be because of you or your great game. It'd be because of me and my podcast. At the time of this airing, what we'll have, let's see here. I can check and see. By the time we're recording this, at least, we currently have about 106 episodes have released since the first of the year. And what we're at almost starting the second week of July. So by the time this releases, there might be 107, 108, somewhere around there episodes out since the first of the year. So people get a little tired of hearing me drone on and on. But now they're suddenly jolted awake. What can you tell them both what's different in the second edition and why should they take a chance on Cluster the second edition, especially with all the other great games out there on the Kickstarters currently?
So I'll start by saying the second edition it's the same gameplay as the first. It has additional languages, so for international language, it's easier to learn. That's one element to it. The second element is that it's 4 new colors. So same game elements, but 4 new colors. So you can combine it with the first edition, and then you can play from 1 to 8 players. So You got four new colors to choose from. You can get increased number of players, or you just get new pretty colors to choose from if you got both. And then as far as, I mean, it's just such a. I mean, if you're into strategy games, you'll like Clustered. I mean, it's how it appears. There's no like hidden element to it. It's like you have a handful of cards, and you just got to sit there and outthink your opponent. And if that's your kind of game, then you'll like it. If it's not, then maybe you won't. But yeah, it's a thinker. It's like on level with like chess, checkers, that kind of thing, where you can see the board, you all see the same board, you all have the same cards. It's just a matter of when you play them and how you play them. So I think that's one thing I find it a great appeal of the game. I hope everyone else agrees.
Yeah, it looks pretty fun. So looking at that, one quick question on the gameplay or whatnot. So we each get the same amount of deck or whatnot, and it all looks the same. Do we have all of those cards to choose from at first, or do we get so many cards, or how's that play to go down?
Yeah, so everyone will have their own deck in front of them, all identical. 27 cards that make up the three shapes and fills. Like there's one of each card, and then there's two wild cards. So everyone has a 29 card deck, and then you play from you draw 5 initially, and then you just keep 5 in your hand. So as you play, you just keep drawing up. So everyone has the same cards. It's just how you play it.
So we have the whole deck we can choose from at any time?
Sorry, no, you're choosing 5 randomly, so just 5 off the top. So the timing of when the cards come up, that will change game to game.
Okay, so that'll save me a little bit, because I suffer from AP or analysis paralysis. So that's a saving grace in your game, it looks like. So awesome. So now I hear there's something cool going on about this Kickstarter campaign, something about 500 free. What to the first 500? What can you tell us about that, Scotty?
Yeah, so to really get the word out and promote day one, backers decided to give away 500 free games to the first 500 people. It's like what I call a basic copy of the game, so it doesn't have a box, so it's a little easier to ship. All the game elements are there. You got the instructions, you got the cards, everything you have to play the game. It just doesn't have a box. So yeah, we're gonna give away 500, and I'm hoping they all go day one pretty early. So yeah, back early.
And how does that look? You say free, but do they have to put like at least $1 towards it, or how's that look?
So yeah, good call. There's the pledge level is $1, and then that $1 goes towards the shipping. So then the shipping is just going to be depending on where you're at. And then there's also ways if you refer and people. Sorry, I don't know if you've ever heard of Kickrocket. It's kind of a new software.
I don't think so.
Okay, so yeah, it's like a referral program where you can, if you go out and recommend the game to somebody and then they back through your link, then you get rewards. So you get, it's like you get one referral backer, then you'll get $5 off shipping, and then 2 would be $10 off shipping, and 3 would be you get another basic copy of the game, and then 4 people would be you get a full copy of the game. So you can actually get so you get the free game, and then you can get free shipping if you refer enough people. So yeah, you can get the game for free, even free shipping if you were to get referrals. So plenty of opportunities.
So you can actually get the box for free, because we'd actually started. Me and my daughter were starting to talk about this game on Kickstarter Corner just the other day. Actually, I guess it would release the episode's released today or whatnot. So we started talking about it. I ended up deleting it out, but she thought that was kind of stupid that people wouldn't get the box, and so she was going on about that for a minute and said that we needed a game with a box. And so she said, we'll go ahead and back it at the higher level. Well, I told her you can back it at the higher level to get the box. But it sounds like even if you don't have even if you don't have enough to get the actual box, by referring your friends, you can go ahead and get a box as well. Is that correct?
Yeah. You can get the basic copy and a full copy if you're for 4 people. So.
Well, there you go. There you have it. So if you're listening right now, this should go live right before the campaign, which launches on Tuesday. So if you're listening right now, go ahead. If you go ahead and click on the link, it will bring you up the Kickstarter page before it launches. And I believe in the top left-hand corner somewhere, not in the very top, but almost on the very top, there should be a link that says notify me when this goes live. And so if you click that link, you should get an email or something in regards to as soon as Scotty goes ahead and hits that launch button, and then jump over straight away so you can be one of those first 500 people, get a free copy of the game or at that $1 pledge level. And then also don't forget to refer at least 4 friends so you can get the box. And then it sounds like you'd be able to have up to 8 players playing. Is that right that way?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's awesome. And I want to say I saw something on the page about you can buy the first and second edition. Is that right too?
Yeah. I have an option to back at a higher level and get both games. So yeah, you can get both at the same time. And you can also, with the new game box, you can fit both sets in the box. So
okay, so if they did refer the 4 friends and they got the free box, the free game without the box, they could put that game in a box. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct.
It fit. Okay, awesome. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, so like I said, we'll make sure we leave that link in the show notes. So go ahead and jump on over there. Unless you're driving, you want to pull over and then click that link so you don't make an accident. And if you're if you're driving around and you see other people pulling over to the side of the road, that's probably what they're doing as well. So take their license plate number down, and then if you want to be able to challenge them at the game, take their license plate number down. I don't know if there's a database you can go ahead and search those out, and you can find other people who have backed Clustered the second edition, and you can challenge them after you get really good at it. Now, I don't know if you've gotten a chance to listen to any of our podcasts, Scotty. If you haven't, that's okay. But the next portion is called Adventures in Application Acquisition, where we talk about an app, be it for a cell phone, a tablet, a computer, or even a video game. I'm wondering if there's an app you use a lot of that we can talk about for a moment. Is there?
Lately, it's been a lot of email and things like that, but I used to play Clash of Clans a lot.
Clash of Clans, okay. Per se, somebody lives under a rock or doesn't play apps or whatnot. What can you tell us about Clash of Clans?
So it's like a bit of a base building game where you're just like trying to level up your walls and you're getting resources and just trying to keep people out of your town. And then there's also an element where you go and attack other people's, and then you try to take their resources and destroy their cities. And you get rewarded for destroying more of their city, and you get penalized when people destroy your city by taking your resources, etc. It was hugely popular for a while. Haven't played it for a little while, but it was, I definitely played it a lot. Probably the most I've ever played an app game.
Awesome. So, per se, you own the rights to Clash of Clans. What would be one thing you would do to fix it or make it better?
It'd probably be to even out some of the, I think the attack strategies are so a lot of people get so far in the lead that you really can't compete with them anymore, and they just come and wipe your base out. So dividing up the kind of the end game, how far you are versus how far the other people are. I think right now it's just based on the level of your town hall, but you can get your town hall leveled way before you can get all your other stuff leveled, and it becomes pretty unbalanced. So I think balancing that would help the game a lot.
Okay, awesome. So we try to make a green podcast around here, Scotty. So if anybody, any creators or anybody who deals with the development or updates of Clash of Clans is ever listening, you heard it here first on Getting Geeky with Game Relief. What Scotty, the creator of Clustered, would do to make that a better app or whatnot. So if anybody's ever listening, they can go back and see if they can go ahead and update that. That'd be great. And now, usually we don't do this, but you had brought it up. I'm wondering if you can tell. So a lot of times I get creators of Kickstarters and other game creators on here listening to the podcast or whatnot. What was the app you talked about where you refer your friends for the Kickstarters?
Oh, it's called Kickrocket.
Kickrocket. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so it's just a referral program where you set up, like, if you get this many backers, then you get this rewards, and they have it where each person will have a unique URL, and then if you were to post it on like social media or send an email to a friend, and they click your link, they go through that to the Kickstarter page, and then they back, then that gives rewards back to the person who referred them. So it's kind of win-win. The person who's running the Kickstarter, they get the benefit of having, word of mouth, and then the people who refer it, instead of just like the goodwill and like the getting to tell your friends about it, then now you actually get like a financial benefit, or discounted products and stuff. So it's kind of win-win for everybody. Seems like a great service. I'm not sure, but I think I may be like close to the second. I think there was one other person that did it before.
Oh, so is it barely launched?
Yeah, this is like pretty much beta.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I think there was one other, and then there may be some that are going on now. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty early. So.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's interesting to find out about. So that's awesome. Do they? I guess they just head over to the website and they can find out more about it. Was there a cost or anything like that?
So no, there's no cost. The cost comes out of my end. They just take a percentage of the pledge that are referred. But there will be a link on the Kickstarter page. I'm gonna have a whole little infographic on there that'll go through each of the steps. It's pretty much you back, and then I'll either send you the link, or you can just type in the URL, and the URL will be on the Kickstarter page down towards the bottom in the referral section. And then after that, it's just take your unique URL that you'll get from the Kickrocket website, and then you just release it to the world. Put it on your social media, tell a friend. Yeah, it all comes back to you. And for the top, I think 5 is what I'm going to go with. Top 5 people, I'm going to give them something special. So the top 5 who have the most referrals, they'll get some special prize at the end.
Okay, and what about this? I don't know if you know, but per se, somebody, I put a referral up, somebody clicks that, and so I get the points. But then, do they have an option to make their own referral thing so they can refer their friends as well, I'd imagine?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, once you back, then you can get that. You get your own unique URL, and then you can get the referral benefits too.
Okay, awesome. So that's awesome. And it's just in beta or whatnot. So that's pretty cool. So how did you find out about that, or how did you get in on the front lines of that?
There was another Kickstarter. Growl is the one that I saw it. It's kind of a werewolf style game. I was checking it out, and it was doing really well, and I was a little bit surprised. Seems like kind of a used up idea, but they had a fresh take on it, and they did really well. And I looked into their referral program, and I was like, oh man, this is a really good idea. So then just dived into it and talked to them, and set it up.
Yeah, but that does sound like a really awesome idea or whatnot. So you go ahead and you can go ahead and refer your friends and earn a free one and whatnot. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, awesome. So we'll make sure we leave a link in the show notes so they can go ahead and do that all as well. Mine is coming to your hometown to stalk you. How would people go about keeping up with you, or Clustered, or anything you might have coming on up in the future or whatnot, Scotty?
So I have like the typical social media accounts. I got like a Facebook page, Twitter. Just kind of started up an Instagram. Also, I have a website. Kind of all of those, just follow on those, or you can also follow me on Kickstarter. There's a spot where you can follow me, and then when I launch new stuff, or I think updates, it'll tell people that are following me. So those are probably the easiest ways.
Yeah, I think how it works is if you launch something new or back something, if they follow you, that's when they get notified. And in order to get the updates, that would be they'd have to back the program, if I'm not mistaken, or back the project. I mean, So yeah, that's how that works. So that's awesome. You speaking of when you make more stuff or whatnot, I don't know if there's any dirt you can share with us of any upcoming products or games or anything you might be working on. Is there?
Yeah, absolutely. I've got another game. It's called The Ultimate Heist. It's a hidden role heist game. So essentially, everybody's going in to rob a bank, and then there's some people that are trying to undermine other people. So there's gonna be like 3 roles. It's gonna be betrayer, a snitch, and a henchman. And then the henchmen are trying to just pretty much just rob the bank. The betrayer is trying to either get somebody killed or kill somebody, and then the snitch is trying to get somebody caught by the police. So they're kind of affecting different elements. It's kind of everybody has what I call time. You got 4 minutes, which are represented by 30-second tokens, and you use these tokens to do actions in the bank. So whether it's try to resolve events, or it's just grab money or get items, use items, that kind of thing. You're using time as kind of a currency to do things in the bank, and you're getting items to affect either other players or defend yourself. So there's things like guns where you can get guns and then shoot other players and eliminate them from the game. So it's pretty ruthless, and it's trying to figure out who's bad and stop them before they have time to act against you. All in the element of you're in a bank robbing it.
Oh wow, you had me at the word heist. That sounds awesome. Any word on? I know you want to get through this Kickstarter and whatnot, but any word on when we might be looking for that?
Yeah, I'm hoping to do somewhere in end of the year, early next year. I kind of had to push it off a bit because this Kickstarter is taking a little longer to get out the door. Kind of finalizing some art for the Ultimate Heist. Just a few more need to come in, and then wrap up the graphic design, and then start diving into the Kickstarter. So after this one, after Clustered, I'm gonna dive right into that and get the Kickstarter for it going and get it all looking good. So.
Oh wow, yeah, like I said, you had me when you said heist. That's awesome. So yeah, awesome. We'll make sure we leave links in the show notes, and they can follow that, following you on the Kickstarter. They can find out more about that. I forget, did you say there's a website as well they can go to?
Yeah. I'm going to update the website probably before this gets out. So yeah, I'll put up some images. I've just started to release a couple here and there, some characters and some event cards. So yeah, I'll put more on social media and on the website.
Oh, okay, awesome. Yeah, so go ahead and do that. And we don't want to keep you all night, but we really appreciate you coming on Getting Geeky with Game Relief to talk all about this today, Scotty.
Yeah, it's been great.
No problem.
7 a.m., the usual morning lineup. Do all the games, play them all day. Push and play those games. When will my life begin? Oh, when will the games end? Kickstarter Corner time.
Constant games for you and your friends. We bring you a few
Games on Kickstarter Corner. Remember about signing into your email account to maybe get a NOIR game, and also the huge giveaway we're doing with Gloomhaven.
Yes,
now on the show. Shall we begin? Yes, we shall. Oh, and that was me singing the Rapunzel melody.
Oh yeah, well, a reminder, what she's talking about with the NOIR one, there's actually a giveaway going on in celebration of their Kickstarter or whatnot. They've opted for us to be able to give away one of their great games. Go ahead and listen to the episode we put out late Friday night, our Family Fun Day Friday, and you can have an option to win that. Well, you have a chance to win that game. And our Gloomhaven giveaway we're doing with TLDR Game Series, Unfiltered Gamer, and the Giveaway Geek. Check them out. Go to current giveaways on our website, and also sign up for our mailing list. It'll prompt you there, and then you'll get great exclusive or first content from us.
Welcome to Kickstarter Corner. So we first have Dragonscales Fantasy RPG game by James M. Ward and Stephen A. Lee. a new fantasy RPG game based on the James M. Ward's card system. Yes, card system. No dice in this. Explore the Chromatic Kingdoms, the City of Concord, and the Great Rift Canyon.
Yeah, you better get in on this one. By the time you hear this episode, if you're listening Monday morning when it releases, you only have a few hours as this releases at midnight? So you have about 18 hours at the time of this, you're hearing this, or a little bit less. So definitely jump out there and check it out.
You have 6 hours when you hear this.
Well, it depends on when they listen. But yeah, 18 hours or less. So go ahead and listen. Go ahead and check it out. We'll leave the links in the show notes.
This is a new one. It's called Raccoon Tycoon. And we're going to get a game because we backed this. We helped them get to past their goal.
By just a little bit. But even throwing $1 at a campaign helps a lot because other people will see that you backed it and stuff like that. So
claw your way to the top in this fast and furry board game. I thought it was furry too, but it's really just the characters. Outbid and outbuild your rivals to be the top dog in the land of Australia.
Or Asteria, however you want to say it. But they're getting really close to 100,000 and they were only going for 25,000. By the time you hear this, you have about approximately 2.5 days to back it because they're ending this Wednesday, the 11th of July.
And they funded it in 24 hours.
Definitely check out this game by Forbidden Games. It looks really cool.
And let's check the age limit. I could play it.
Wait, you can play it? Is there an age limit? I don't know.
Let me see. Go down.
They might not have an age limit.
No, they don't.
No age limit, so I guess we can
Except for 0 to 3.
Yeah, so I guess we can let Princess Leaf play, I guess. Well, if we have to.
Okay, next we have Lunar 5000. We also backed this. A board game where players build and race in a personalized spaceship. When the dice hit the table, will you be in the winner circle? Let's just listen to this. Will you be in the winner circle? I know me and Little Leaf were.
Little Gamer Leaf. That's what she's going by now, but I wasn't. So hopefully if they don't make it, they'll relaunch. They're getting down to the wire. They're going through this Thursday, the 12th of July. So if you want to make your own spaceship and race in it, go definitely check out this great project from Mind Bent Ideas.
You have 3 days, basically 4 days.
Yeah, something like that. A little bit less than 4 days as it ends at 11:15 a.m. Mountain Standard Time on Thursday.
Out of Sorts. A game of creativity kids for all ages, but not all of them, just 0 to 3 you probably can't play.
You don't want somebody biting off a piece of beautifully laser engraved wood.
Okay, beautiful laser engraved mix and match game designed to encourage creativity, imagination, and tons of fun. So we can just do whatever we want with them.
I guess, yeah, but it's pretty cool. We actually played it, and we'll be bringing you both a preview as well as an interview with the creator this upcoming week.
And we might be giving it away, maybe.
I don't know. I like it too much, so I don't think so. We can talk to him about a giveaway, but we probably won't. But it is awesome. So definitely check it out. You have through Thursday, the 19th of July, to back this game. So it's coming down to the wire. So I would definitely go check it out. We loved it, and I know you will too if you take a chance.
So when you hear this, you'll have 8 days.
She's doing the math, so I don't have to. Thank goodness. Anyways, next is Vikingjarl.
The board game, an exciting strategic board game about Vikings, Norse mythology, warfare, trade, and building settlements made by Norwegian Vikings. So they were actually Vikings.
Yeah, I actually spoke with one of the Vikings. He was on the podcast, and I interviewed him all about it. So definitely check out that interview I had with Richard.
They have a giveaway also.
Yeah. So
no, wait. I have to tell them how many days they have left.
Oh, I better go back. Never mind.
You have, when you listen to this,
well, it ends Friday.
You have 6 days.
So they're listening on Monday. No, they have more than that.
Wait.
So they're listening on Friday. It ends on Friday the 20th of July.
You have 5.
And no, they have more than that. So if we look here, they're listening on Monday the 9th, and they have through Friday the 20th. So they got, 7?
No, they don't have 7.
I don't know. It says 12 there. So I don't know how Kickstarter does their thing. But in essence, you have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 days.
It ends on
You have
20th.
11 days, so ends on the 20th. So yeah, you have 11 days. So I think Kickstarter, I don't know how they do it. Their days to go isn't making sense to me. But she was saying there was a giveaway from
Board Game Stories. They have, basically, when you're hearing this, go down. 7.
Yeah, you have 7 days to enter with Board Game Stories. They're doing a giveaway of both Vikingjarl and Theosis. 2 lucky winners will get a chance to win one of these games.
And there are 15 ways to enter. We'll leave the links down in the show notes.
And then, are you going to be in
Atlantic City in October 12th through 14th? Well, be prepared, because this is a game that you can be prepared for.
or a con? It's a game con in Atlantic City.
No, it's a convention.
Convention con, what do they care? But you can LARP, tabletop, card games, board games. It's great for vendor and room rates. So yeah, definitely check out. High level game is
Bringing HLG Con to the next level. High Level Games is hosting a convention in Atlantic, Georgia. City.
no Atlantic City in New Jersey.
Oh, okay. We want to have the best material on hand to create an awesome experience.
Yeah, and even if you can't make it to Atlantic City at that time, it sounds really fun. They have a lot of promotional opportunities. So definitely check out this con on Kickstarter going through the 26th of July.
16 days you have left.
Yeah, something like that. So
when you're hearing this.
So going through Thursday, the 26th of July. So definitely check that out on the Kickstarter Corner. I apologize if you got any background noise. Little Gamer Leaf is having a party, it sounds like, in the background. But anyways, let's go on to the next one. Princess Leaf went to see what she can do to calm her down. Next, we've got Crown of Aragón. Did you listen to our episode that came out on Saturday? Yes, that's right, Saturday. We had a bunch of episodes, a bunch of people. We had to get the interviews out, but we did an interview as well as a preview of this game, Crown of Aragón. It's a 2-player card game of political, military, and economic area control that can be played in 15 minutes. I lost both times I played with Wizard Leaf as well as Barbarian Leaf. But yeah, I definitely recommend it. I don't usually play games more than once in a day, and I sat down to play this twice. They go through the 27th of July. So definitely check out this great game. Next is
Elite Dangerous Battle Cards.
Or Elite Dangerous Battle Cards. It's
at ED Battle Cards, a 2-player expandable card game based in the Elite Dangerous Galaxy.
And if you want to listen to the creators of this game from Spider-Man Games, stay tuned to tomorrow's episode, as tomorrow I talk with the great creators from that. They're over their goal. They're going for 22,500, just over that. And they're right now at the time of recording are almost to 30,000. And they
might have some stretch goals, though.
Yeah, so they're going for stretch goals right now. And at the time of recording, they have about 3 weeks to go. So somewhere around there, they're entering on Saturday, the 28th of July.
So almost at the end of the July.
Yeah, so definitely check out this game from Spider-Man Games. Next, if we can get there.
We have 3 more games.
3 more games, I guess. This one's new to us.
And
Asana Kids, it looks like.
Learn yoga and mindfulness while playing. Do yoga pose. Align the
Chakras?
Help the princess to get rid of their bad emotions before they block them.
Yeah, so you learn yoga while you play this game. So yeah, it looks pretty cool.
You should draw on the cover, though.
Yeah, don't draw on the cover.
No, because it's a modest. Maybe.
Yeah, so they're doing exercises, so they're in exercise clothes.
Yeah, if you want to do family friendly, though.
Yeah, but they're doing exercises, so it's exercise clothes for yoga. So yeah, definitely check this one out. They're going through Wednesday.
July 5th.
No, not July 5th.
Oh,
Kickstarter starts on July 5th. I don't know why that's there. But they're going through Wednesday, the 1st of August. So definitely check out Asana Kids. Learn yoga and mindfulness while playing. And then next we've got
Kingdoms of Arden, King of Mountain, Dwarven Expansion. And we'll leave the links in the show notes, maybe. Collect faction
members.
and dominate the mountain in this fantasy set collection strategy card game, ages 10 and up, 2 to 5 players, 15 to 45 minutes.
And they're going till the 3rd of August, so definitely check this one out.
So almost about 3 weeks.
Yeah, something like that.
And a few days.
Yeah, when you hear this, probably somewhere around there, but I'm not sure how Kickstarter does their days to go. Next, we've got
CGI 7th year Kickstarter countdown.
Yeah,
so count down with them.
Yeah, so for Casual Game Revolution is coming out with their 7th year of Casual Game Insider, which is a great magazine. I actually got an opportunity to see the what do you call it?
Book.
Yeah, the magazine that you'll be able to see on that day.
They have 2 days, 21 hours, 7 minutes, and 42.
It's gonna keep that second hand's gonna keep going down.
30 minutes.
Okay, that second hand's gonna keep going on down because we'll leave this link in the show notes. They're launching on Tuesday, the 10th of July at 9 a.m. Arizona time, and this campaign's only going for 2 weeks only. Definitely back, especially those who want to get advertisements or different cool things featured in Casual Game Insider from Casual Game Revolution. Definitely check that one out. I love it. Chris James is a great guy. He's actually in my gaming group, and so definitely check out CGI's new Kickstarter that's coming. If you listening to this episode and you want to be notified on the launch, go ahead and on the link we'll leave in the show notes, you can go ahead and click and sign up for our newsletter, which will notify you of the launch. So definitely check that out.
Happy 7th year on the Kickstarter Casual Game Insider.
Yeah, so happy 7th year from Getting Geeky with Game Relief. Now it's our least favorite time. Your least favorite time
is the time for us to get on with our lives, you to get on with our lives, your lives.
But not to fret. If you want more Getting Geeky with Game Relief, you can go back and listen to all of our episodes. There's 208 or so, or maybe more than that now. Plus, you'll also be able to hear, like I said, interviews the next couple days, as there's quite a few of them going on.
So, while this is happening, stay geeky, get geeky, and bring others to show them the geek fold. Gamer Leaf and Princess Leaf out. Drop the mic.
Or we'll catch you on the flip side. Gamer Leaf and Princess Leaf out.
Gamer Leaf levels up. Tune in next week to see if Gamer Leaf's luck holds up.